Please, thank you. Round of applause. Okay, before I hand over the segment to you all, right, I need to know, who is Kim? Kim. Okay, that's Kim. Hold on. I'm not done yet. Hold on. Okay, Kim is an advanced free diver, mermaid, free dive athlete, free dive competition organizer of MFPG 2024. Initiated the free diving journey as a free diver and mermaid, offers unique experiences and perspectives, transiting from a fun diver to becoming an athlete and ultimately taking on the role of a free diving competition organizer. Now, who's Han? Free dive instructor, free dive athlete, founder of 17-Way Free Dive, years of experience as a free dive instructor, founder of 17-Way Free Dive, sharing insights on its mission and vision, one of Malaysia's contest weight apnea, national record holder, the journey from being 98 kg to 65 kg, and the associated challenges, how free diving has influenced his role as an instructor and founder, personal reflections on the impact of free diving in his life. Now, who's Vincent? Hello. When you see ladies, wah! When you see a guy, ooh. Louder! Vincent, I'm all yours. Okay, scuba dive master, underwater photographer, founder of Dive Gears, scuba equipment specialist and underwater photographer, founder of Dive Gears. More than 20 years of experience as a scuba diver, providing a dual perspective. Participation in the Maldives LOB trip with free divers, challenges of underwater photography for free divers, insight as a scuba diver towards free divers. So, there you go. In the meanwhile, I'm going to hand over this stage over to you all. Once again, a round of applause, please. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jolene.
And I'm Joyce, who will be your moderator for today. I'm sure you guys know he has already introduced all of our speakers as well. But today, we'll be going to touch base on the topic of exploring free diving from 3 different persons' perspective, right? We have a photographer, we even have an athlete, an instructor, as well as an organizer for different types of events. So today here, I will reintroduce. Today here, we also have Kim, which we already said is a free diver, a mermaid, as well as an organizer for free diving competitions.
And we have Uncle Cha here, Cha Kehan, a founder of 17 Wave and an instructor and freelance athlete.
Right. Thirdly, we also have Vincent, who is a founder of Dive Gear, a professional underwater and also a professional underwater photographer. Before we start, right, we are all very, very happy and delighted to have all 3 of you here to share your stories, your experience. I'm sure many of us here are also not a free diver yet and want to understand what is free diving like, right? And also from a lens of a photographer, what is it like, right? So that's actually where we are here today to share their stories and their experience together with you. Before we go, let's watch a short video clip of an introductory for them.
So everyone can give me a big clap. Thank you. So now that get to know our speaker more personally now, okay? Kim and Han, I want to ask, how do you get into free diving and how long you have been diving? And as always, lady first.
Actually, it all started from a post I saw in Instagram. And the first thing that came across my mind was, oh my God, I want to be just like her. That was like 5 years ago.
And Han, you?
And I started freediving 2016, about 8 years ago, with my friend. Yeah.
So Vincent, how long you been doing under photography and what motivated you or interests you to pick up this hobby?
Well, I first started diving probably about 30 years ago, and then after that I got into this hobby. I started taking macro pictures, and then later on switched to wide angle. But lately I've been doing all about human interactions with marine environment.
Nice. Let's come back to Kim for a while, right? At the age of 50, which believe me, you don't know anywhere near it, right? It's a compliment, really, really. When I saw you and when they tell me that you were 50, I was like, huh? Really? You are nowhere near it. What motivated you, right, to actually do free diving and also at the same time continue to do these free sports?
Thanks for the compliment, Joyce, but I'm actually 52 this year, not 50. The reason why, what motivates me to take up free diving is because of a desire for new experience. And I want to have a deeper connection with the underwater world. It offers the serenity. And also, my focus sort of shifted from the beginning because of trying a new hobby. It has went from that to I want to empower others that it's never too old or too late to start something new. If you don't start now, then when?
So you heard that right, guys? It's never too old or it's never too young to try a new sports. Even at 45, you said?
I started at 47, now I'm 52.
Right,
and
see,
continue
at
doing it.
47 to pick up a new sport. So when people tell you whether is it free diving or is it diving, am I too old to pick it up? As I think you've got the answer here and the perfect example, it's never too old to try something new.
And Han, from the video, we saw you are very chubby okay? Can I know how many kg you was before?
98,
And now?
70.
Okay. Can we know how did it happen?
For me, can't jump.
Don't worry.
Give me a
I will
applause,
keep you a bit
please.
kanchiong.
I can say it's a free diving. Free diving is a personal challenge. I love to challenge myself, so I will do a lot of training and competition. To the journey, I will.
Give me a applause,
Sorry,
please,
sorry.
everyone.
Ahan, maybe you want to speak in Mandarin and then we follow up for you?
So, what made you fall in love with free diving?
I love free diving because I enjoy the moment under the water. Then I feel chill, I feel calm, and I feel freedom. So I can closer to the marine life.
Okay. So it's also amazing how a sport, right, from a friend, from an introductory from a friend to go try out a new sport, or, you know, something that you saw in social media, becoming a passion for these two individuals, right, and for you especially from a diver to picking up even from photographer, right, to then becoming something that they are passionate about and that they want to share their stories. Some of them has even changed the lifestyle of somebody, right, from 98 kg to 70 kg in such a short period of time. Vincent, I heard that you went Maldives with a group of free divers on an LOB. live on board, right, and become their professional photographer. Is that your first time taking photos for a freediver, and what was the experience like?
Okay, I have to be honest. I used to have a misconception about free diving. As a scuba diving for so long, to me, free diving is something that it wasn't too difficult for me. I mean, I can do skin dive, but not to the extent so deep. But then, I think before that LOB trip, I volunteered to go with them to Tioman. So that is the very first time they changed my mind about free diving. So as a scuba diver, I actually went down and waited for them. So during that Tioman dive, okay, it really changed my mind. I mean, free diving is no longer something that, like what social media portray. Like, girls wearing a long fin, trying to look good and then only taking a picture. But then Han really changed my mind because it's all about competition. They try to go down, challenge in itself, and then, yes, from then on, I learned to photograph them better. Yeah, so then I went on to Maldives, and then that's where I start to take them together with all the different animals.
So Vincent, can I ask, will you be a free diver one day?
Okay, I think I'm not against that idea. I tried during our trial, right? Yeah. I mean, I think I might, yes.
Thanks. Okay, Han, just now you talk about challenging yourself, right? So, and joining competition, how do you prepare for it?
For me, consistency and discipline is the key. Then training and diet being a big part of it. Normally, I practice every week to keep my performance. However, important to listen to myself, to my own body. If I need some rest.
Great. I think I do agree that consistency is key. Some people, when you pick up a new sport, some people will take a week, some people will take a month to learn a new sport. But as he's mentioned, right, for him, every week has helped him keep his performance up and running. For him, and as you say, right, self-discipline, things about him making sure before a competition, he practices more, he eats clean, so that he is also prepared to then take up that new challenge.
Yes.
Right? Kim, maybe, a lot of us, including myself, right, we're also not a free diver, but we also want to understand, right, is then free diving dangerous? Why? Because you do have a lot of people that may also have that conception about, it is about just challenging yourself, or is it just, you go down without any gears and pushing your limits? So is it dangerous?
Freediving, like any other sports, has its risks. But what we emphasize on, that safety will always be the main priority. So whether it's in the sea, ocean, or at the pool even, safety comes first. We will have our team of safety divers. For example, if I go to take my mermaid photo shoot, so there'll be a safety diver for me and also a safety diver for the photographer. So, and the other thing is we practice the buddy system. So nobody goes down alone. Never ever dive alone.
Yeah, this is a very good habit to practice. For 17 dive, safety is always number one. So make sure all divers take care about your body always. Okay? Okay, so Vincent, talking about the challenge at Maldives, being the first time you took the picture for the group of free diver, okay? What was the most challenge moment in working your magic with a free diver compared to a scuba diver?
Okay, first of all, I think I've been photographing most of the time scuba divers and approaching to take photograph for free divers. I think the first challenge is how to communicate with them underwater. Because for me, scuba divers, they have all the time underwater because they have the tank, right? So, but for free divers, they only have like 1-2 minutes tops. So it's a challenge to me that how to communicate with them better. So initially, I had to surface. I have to go down, I had to take a few shots and I had to surface, and then after that I would talk to them, and after that I'll go down again, all right, and then signal to them how to take better pictures. Yeah, so I think that is one of the challenge that I find. And then secondly, I think also it's really not easy. It's really not easy going down alone. At the same time, I have like 20 free divers flying from every direction towards me. So it's like, you know, it's just imagine like 20. So I have to really concentrate, at the same time trying to capture the best moment. And also, I mean, my type of photography, I believe in like taking that moment, that particular moment. So only a few seconds for me, split seconds for me to make decision to take which diver, which angle be better, that kind of thing. And then also at the same time, I mean, taking divers alone, their own portrait shot, I think that's very easy to do. But at the same time, that you try to match them with some other elements like sunlight, like animals, yeah, then that one is another challenge. Yep.
Okay, now let's hear from a diver herself, right? I mean, she is not only a free diver, but she's also a scuba diver. Kim, what do you feel then is the biggest challenge when it comes to posing for a photo, as whether a free diver or as a scuba diver?
As what Vincent said, as a scuba diver, we have the luxury of time. We can also, although we can't talk, we can give them some hand signal, like, okay, shark, I want to be taken like underneath the shark, or above, or around a video of me. But for free diving, it's one breath, one shot. Once you go down, there's no way to communicate. So you have to be, depend on a lot of elements, like what he said, that, the animal, the sunlight. It's really a situation of Instagram versus reality. So what you see in Instagram and what happens behind the scene is totally different. To get that one perfect shot, we have to go down like many times. You know, so if you don't do it today, you do it tomorrow. It's that one breath.
Yeah, before the trip, we mostly do a lot of practice for it. Okay. Now back to Vincent. From a personal photographer, what are the elements you are looking in taking a good picture?
Okay, talking about elements, I think the first one, of course, is a subject, which is human, right? So, human, of course, to me, if you were to ask me the difference between like photographing a scuba diver and a free diver, I'll say that personally, I really feel that free diver have better control of their body, and the gesture and the facial expressions is actually better. Scuba diver, maybe they are wearing all the equipment, so they don't feel as free. So photographing free divers, to me, it's quite a joy, because I don't really have to teach them about how to look, how to film, because they are actually quite good already. And then that is subject, right? So the second thing that I'll talk about is probably lights, right? Lights. Okay, they asked me to pick one picture. Okay, I pick one picture here. And I know some of you all may think that, why is not my picture? Yes, Swen is over the other side. It's not here. Okay, this is Swen. Okay, I picked this picture because there's a story to tell. I'm trying to tell a story with this photograph. Okay? This photograph, they have to wake me up at 2 a.m. to take this picture. Okay, I was sleeping already in my room. They come knocking on my door and say, hey, look, whale shark is here. So I have to don on my scuba gear and my photograph and my pictures, my camera, and then I go down. And taking this shot is really not easy, okay? Taking this shot is not easy because the water is actually full of plankton. It's actually full of plankton. It's really difficult. So I do not have sunlight because it's 2 a.m. So another element that I'll use is light. So the light actually coming from the boat. Okay, this is boat's light. Okay, so shining on Swen. So he himself, he's also an instructor at the same time that he's also a photographer. So it's very easy to communicate. He doesn't really know where I am because I'm in the shadow. But he just have to turn looking at the animal, look at it, and he knows that I shoot. Okay? And then after this shoot, after this shot, he actually come down and say, okay, I got the shot already, without seeing, without, so it's actually like the trust between you and the cameraman as well. Okay? And then these are the two elements. And of course the third one, if you can get a animal together with the scene, I think you have three already. So it's like combining all the different elements together. So combining them together, actually it takes, it's a moment. It's like 1-2 seconds, you know, like him going down, me deciding when to shoot, and the animal is pointing at which direction. So these are the elements.
So it's a little bit of mix of luck with chemistry and also what are the surroundings that you can use in between you.
Yeah, but it's actually more than luck. I think it's more than luck. If you show the picture that I had with Han, together with the manta, because it's actually predicting the path of the animal. You need to predict the path so that to take that picture. Not just him going up, I also need to predict, you know, the path that is going up. Yeah, so
a lot of things that you're also not very sure, but depending on what you are able to predict and what is happening in that situation and capturing that moment during that period. Okay, maybe, you know, Vincent, maybe you can share with us, right? Everybody here also wants a very, very beautiful photo, right? So, Vincent, maybe you can share with us what are the 2 to 3 tips for all of us, you know, when we go down and we want to have a very nice photo. I also want to have a very nice photo, right? So what is the tips that maybe you can share with all of us here? What can we do to have a very nice photo taken?
actually, just like all relationship, I say, okay, not just not just as a photographer, I'm also a relationship, how to say, counselor, okay. Actually, to me, having a trust and having a good communication with the photographer is very important. Like what kind of shots before going down, we need to really talk about it and predict what the situation underwater. So communication with the photographer, I think it's very important. So that is the very first tip. The second tip is actually to look at your cameraman. Of course, sometimes you look away, you know, you can try out different things, but you must at least know eye-to-eye contact. You must have an eye-to-eye contact with the photographer, so that we can actually know whether you are in the right, you know, like right frame, and then is that things that you want, okay? Yeah, so these are the things that I think will help, you know, taking a good photo with animals and humans.
The most important is contacting each other with the photographer, correct? So I will make sure I will contact with you clearly next time when we are in Maldives next year, okay?
I remember Jolene used to tell us is stick to him if you want a good photo.
Yes, correct. You have to stick to Vincent if you want to have a good photo. Okay, we're back to Han, okay? Han, I understand that you have started a community called 17 Wave. What made you to start this group?
When I start freediving, the community was small. So I wanted to build up a community that share same hobby and allow people to come together, share learning, and to share learning, and body system, to train with the body system.
It is great how, you know, you started a community with the main purpose of, you know, sharing that interest. We do understand that, you know, many of us here, as I said, like myself, we're also not a free diver, but to build a community over here and also to make sure that every one of you guys take care of each other, right? Sharing that same interest, being able to practice together, being able to, you know, go to the lakes together, to train together, and also share different kind of learnings together. I think that's very much, you know, the main system of building that community for him, right? Maybe over to Kim. Kim, you have already, you know, kind of do multiple rounds of competitions and planning, right? What's one of the most biggest challenge when it comes to planning for competitions and all?
As for competition, the difficulties I face is getting volunteers, the crew, and enough judges and safety divers, and also to get enough athletes to join. So in future, we are going to have one soon. I would love to see all of you there to join us.
Is it okay for you to join us as crew? Can or
You can join us as crew,
Louder, B.
as athletes. Lie.
So now I think we've come to the end of the session, right? I would really like to thank everyone here for attending, and also to, our dear speakers for spending time sharing their stories. I know one very nervous over here. His first time actually doing this content in English. So everybody give him a round of very, very big applause, right? So thank you for sharing a little bit of tips as well, from taking photography, from actually sharing that challenge between taking photos from a scuba diver as well as a free diver. And if you'd like to know more from a free diving classes, or even to participate in competitions, or even kind of go to trips, right? The Maldives trip for free divers or even divers, do find us in the booth B005. For those looking for camera or tips of how to take a very good camera, a photo, you can always find for Vincent in booth B008, right?
Thank you and have a nice day. We would like to end by sharing our Maldives LLB free dive video. Thank you.
So you'll never let me go.
Give me a big applause for Vincent. Those photo is took by Vincent. Is it nice? Woo! Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Jolene. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Han. And thank you, Vincent. Good day to you all, yeah? All right.